It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's Geno Jones Showtime. I guess you figured that out, right? You can see the sign behind me. So I'm coming to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. if you're in Chicago or maybe up in Milwaukee, St. Louis, down in Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Houston, Texas. Shout out to Houston special. Shout out to Houston, Texas. I'll tell you why in just a few minutes, all right? On the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. out in Los Angeles, up in Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, and in Hawaii. Woo-hoo, you lucky devil you. It's 1:30 p.m. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. You, and especially you. Everybody you know. As Nelly would say, everybody you know, please subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes and check me out. Like I said, I'm coming to you live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. So today's monologue is really about the weekend because so much happened. So let me do this first. I want to shout out a good friend of mine, nephew Tommy, a.k.a. Thomas Miles. You'll hear him on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. All right, and then he's the host of the show, TV show, Ready to Love. Tommy and I, full disclosure, we're good friends. We don't get to see each other a lot, but a long time ago, I got a chance to like open up a show, do a little short, little monologue. But Tommy has always been cool with me. He's just really a good dude. Just nothing phony about him. Down to earth. He loves people. And he loves to have fun, and he loves to entertain and make people laugh. And he's good. He's excellent. He's great at it. So I probably found out, like a lot of people did, that Tommy, he had surgery. He said he talked about it. So he was in town here in Charleston, South Carolina, Saturday night. And he talked about how I think he'd been working out. Maybe he was got a trainer or somebody, he was getting stretched out. Anyway, somebody noticed a lump that he works with and said, hey, man, you got like a lump on your neck. So you might want to get it checked out. So Tommy went to a series of doctors, got a series of tests, and then he found out that the lump, it was a thyroid cancer. Devastating as you could imagine. So he talked about he had surgery. And when he had surgery, not only was it thyroid cancer, but I guess it had spread to his esophagus. But God is amazing. They got every little bit of the cancer out without him needing any type of chemotherapy, radiation, nothing like that. They got it all out. So he talked about it. And you could tell he was emotional. He was honest with us. He's like, hey, man, I got to keep laughing so I don't start crying. But it really meant a lot to him. This was his first show after having the cancer surgery and the recovery. And he had a short video. You could see him in the hospital, and you saw him in recovery. And then we saw him on stage Saturday night, and he was in rare form. He was a vintage nephew Tommy doing his thing. Show was fire. The comedians, they had a poet and two comedians, also from Houston. They were very funny. So it was a great, great show. It was just, and Tommy's, his monologue, his material was interactive with the crowd, with the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds, and the music for every generation. So it was just a great show. So Tommy, I hope you're watching. It was great to see you on stage. It was even better to see you off stage after the show. That you look great, man. God is amazing, because nobody would have never known, but not even 6 months ago, that you had cancer surgery. I'm assuming that they probably, I don't know, I didn't ask, they probably removed your entire thyroid, or most of it. And you're probably on this medicine, Synthroid. I know, because way back in the day, my mother had something, it was called a goiter. It was on her thyroid. It wasn't cancerous, but it was, I guess they were afraid that might become cancerous. So if you meet my mother, she's still got a scar, a long scar across her neck where she had her thyroid removed. And so she has to take this medicine called Synthroid every day. People who usually either have their thyroid removed or have major thyroid issues take this medicine. So I feel like I'm on Grey's Anatomy, but my mother's been taking it as long as I can remember. So, but the good thing is, man, it's like I said, God is awesome, brother. Considering where you were 6 months ago and where you are now, and the show you put on Saturday, I'm happy for you, bro. So we had to catch up. Got to get you on the show so we can really have some fun and kick it and just really just get loose. And you can share your story, because it's really a story of inspiration. It really is. So, and it was really generous of you to be willing to share that story, your journey, and hopefully people can look at you and see your journey, and that can be inspiration, give them hope, and realize, hey, listen, you can beat this thing too. So shout out to, I had to just give you that shout out at the top of the show. Speaking of comedians that killed it over the weekend, I got to shout out Dave Chappelle. So, he hosted Saturday Night Live this Saturday, and there's been some controversy because the trans community feels that Dave is transphobic. You had some writers that said they were going to boycott the show. So I didn't get to see his monologue until today on tape, on video, because that was Saturday night. Saturday night, I was at Nephew Tommy's show. Dave, you a dude. Listen, say what you want to say about Dave Chappelle, but what you cannot say, now some people trying to say it, but look, you cannot say Dave Chappelle is not funny. He is clever. It's all get out. Listen, I get it. I'm not from the trans community, so I will never dismiss. I'm not going to dismiss your pain or anyone marginalizing you, because as a black person, I know what it's like to be marginalized. So, and he didn't indirectly do any trans jokes, but he came for Kanye. Talked about anti-Semitism, and just the whole thing with Kanye, and which is, you see it for yourself. How about that? I'm not going to try to go ahead and repeat Dave Chappelle's jokes, because I ruin it. I'm great with mine. I got my own special sense of timing. He's got his own timing, but he's funny as all get out. That's just my take. And he also talked about why poor people love Donald Trump, since he says he lives in Ohio, and he's got a lot of poor white folks surrounding him. I guess he's like the brother with probably, back in the day, you had the wealthy white family like living on the hill, the house on the top of the hill, and the poor folks live down in the valley. So I guess Dave is like the wealthy brother that's got the house on top of the hill, and down below him in the valley, got all the poor white folks that voted for, as I call him, Orange Hitler. So shout out to Dave Chappelle. Listen, your Saturday Night Live monologue, it was epic. It was funny. And it was cool because it was just like, almost like random thoughts. He was just having a conversation, but I know that's Dave's style too. But yeah, Kanye, they say there's some truth to every joke. So, anyway, let me shout out First Lady Michelle Obama, who released her new book, The Light We Carry, is out. She talks about aging looks, and she looks great. So I don't know what aging you're talking about, Mrs. Obama, because black don't crack, and you look great, all right? She talked about self-doubt, self-love, and menopause, and more. I know a little bit about menopause, not directly, because, we don't go through menopause like that. We may go through some stuff, but I know what it's like when you live in a house with somebody that is going through menopause. You learn a lot. You learn a whole lot quick. You learn what not to do, and what to do, and what not to say, and what to say. And when just to shut up and get out the way and just, hey, honey, do you need anything? And she says yes, fine. And if she says no, fine. Or if she don't say nothing, then shut up and don't ask a second time. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Don't complain about the house being too cold. Don't complain about like the windows wide open when it's like minus 20 below zero. Just get an extra comforter, go and throw on some sweat socks and your sweatpants, get your hoodie, put your hoodie on, and just go to sleep and be quiet. Just get up the next morning and go to work or go wherever the hell you're going. Trust me, that's some advice. All right. Because you might be living in a household where even when it's minus 20 outside, it feels like it's maybe minus 5 in the house, or dead of winter, minus 10 degrees outside, but the window's wide open. And you're like, what the? Like I said, put on some sweat socks, put on your sweat stuff, put on, thermal underwear. Back in the day, had those beehive. I don't know, did you all have those thermal underwear that looked like a beehive, like the bee colonies? I had like the white ones that looked like the beehive. Put on them thermals, put on some sweat socks, put on a sweatsuit, put your hoodie on, get extra comforter, and just roll your. Look, take you some melatonin. Take you some melatonin and just shut the hell up and go to sleep. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. All right. Word from the wise. Word to the wise. Or word to the folks that want to be wise. Words from the wise. All right, listen. So let's get to it. I know you've been waiting. Let's get to it. I got a chance to see Black Panther. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Congratulations. So Wakanda Forever made over $180 million over the weekend in North America. So it set a record for an opening weekend of any movie ever in November. No movie that's ever come out in November has made that much money. Now, the original Black Panther it came out in February of 2018. Its original weekend, it made like $202 million. But they're still counting. So I won't be surprised if this time tomorrow we find out they had to adjust the numbers. So Black Panther made $1.3 billion worldwide. So Wakanda Forever has already made over $330 million worldwide since it came out over the weekend. But in North America alone, that's almost half. That's more than half, actually. Yeah, $180 million just here in North America. Now listen, let me say this, and I know right now, what I'm about to say, a lot of folks are going to look at me like, dude, really, you tripping. You done lost your damn mind. What? Unless you've already seen the movie. Black Panther, it was epic. One of the greatest movies ever. All right, even though it was a Marvel movie, it was one of the greatest movies. It was one of the most culturally significant movies for our culture. Just the uplift of black people, the entire black African diaspora, not just black Americans, but anyone of African descent in the Caribbean, back on the motherland in Africa, in Asia, in South America, in North America, in the United States, wherever, Canada, significant. And it was phenomenal. And one of the greatest actors ever, rest in peace, my man Chadwick Boseman, who's a native of South Carolina. Just a couple hours, not even a couple hours, maybe less, maybe a couple hours just north of where I'm at. But Wakanda Forever was even better than Black Panther. I know. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again with my chest stuck out. I'm going to put my chest in it, step into the camera. Wakanda Forever is even better than Black Panther. Just go see the movie. Go see it. You can come back tomorrow, jump in my chat room. Shout out to Groove Master Dre. Shout out to my mother, Mary Dixon. And you can tell me what you think, but trust me. And I'm not the only one saying this, but I said it in real time. When the movie ended, I'm sitting next to Damaris, and I said, this movie was even better than Black Panther. how did that happen? But when you see it, I am not going to spoil it for anyone. Take you some tissues. I will tell you that. But I'm just telling you. I didn't see a lot of stuff. There's going to be some things that's going to happen in this movie that you are not going to see coming. And there's one scene that you really are not going to see coming. And I'm not going to even give you a clue about when or where or what part of the movie is, because there's more than one scene, but there's one scene that really, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But there's a couple scenes like that. So I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to urge you to see the movie. A bunch of y'all need to just rent out the whole damn theater. Rent out the theater. Go ahead, pay for the movie, the consent. Just go ahead, like y'all do these group trips and everything. Your girlfriend, y'all ante up. Just sororities. As a matter of fact, I know some of the Divine Nine, some of the Black Greek organizations, sororities and fraternities. I do believe in some cities they actually did. They bought out like a theater. Like if it's a 4 o'clock show, they bought all the tickets for the 4 o'clock show. Or if it was the noon show, they bought out all the tickets like for the 12 noon show. My radio station, we did a promotion. We bought out the entire theater for the noon show and gave away tickets and concessions. So we made sure that they were able to get like a large bucket of popcorn and a large soft drink along with seeing the movie free. So once y'all get together, even if you saw it again, even if you've seen it already, go see it again. Even though you already know what's going to happen if you've seen it already. But still, because like I said, there was some stuff that happened that I did not see. Really, like nobody in the theater saw coming. So shout out to Ryan Coogler, brother, and everybody that I don't know how many people collaborated on the writing of this and the acting, the cast. Oh my God, Angela Bassett, Letitia, the young lady Suri, Princess Suri. She was Black Panther's. She is his sister, his kid's sister, his youngest sister. So virtually the entire cast, minus Chadwick Boseman, came back. And I will say this: they honored Chadwick Boseman in a beautiful way. Just that alone is going to bring some folks to tears. They did it was the way he was honored and remembered and celebrated in the movie was phenomenal. So, once again, shout out to Ryan Coogler, shout out to Angela Bassett and the entire cast of Wakanda Forever. You got to go see this movie. Trust me. This is one you got to go see. I got to see Till also. Didn't get a chance to go see that yet. I'm going to do that. But I'm probably going to see Black Panther. Wakanda Forever again. But remember, you heard it here. If you hadn't heard it from anybody else, remember you heard it here first, live on the Geno Jones Show. Wakanda Forever is even better than Black Panther. And Black Panther was great, phenomenal, epic. For many people, Black Panther was life-changing. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet until you see Wakanda Forever. Happy birthday to my Scorpios. Let me shout out my Scorpios. Reverend Run Simmons of Run DMC, and he had the reality show, and he's doing his thing. Reverend Run is 58 today from Run DMC. And Roland Martin. Shout out to my man Roland Martin, TV show host. As a matter of fact, he has a daily digital show, kind of like this one. This is a little different than mine. Mine is a little bit, a whole bunch of stuff. Roland, man, when it comes to politics, he is a go-to type dude. So shout out my brother Roland Martin. Used to run the Chicago Defender for a while back in the, late 90s, early 2000s. Roland Martin is 54 today and rapper. Used to be Lil Boosie. Now he's Boosie Badass because he's 40. So just a note to any rapper or entertainer. When your ass hit 40, you are no longer Lil. You might be a little short, sawed-off dude, a little, diminutive. You might look Kevin Hart eye to eye when y'all barefoot, but your ass ain't Lil. You just can't be Lil no more. You can be short, sawed off, tiny, maybe, but you can't be Lil. Whatever the name is after Lil, got to go with that. Like in Boosie's case, he realized I can't be Lil Boosie. I'm Boosie Badass. Like Bow Wow. He ain't Lil Bow Wow. He don't even go by Bow Wow. He's like Shad Moss, which is his government name. So, just an official rule. That's right. I created it. I'm declaring it here on the Geno Jones Show. Once you hit 40, really when you get 30, you really kind of, but once you hit 40, no more Lil. Ain't nobody going to call you Lil nothing. But Lil Fool can't go by Lil no more. Any rapper or entertainer, 39, you try to ride that thing out to 39 if you want to. Really, once you get around 29, you need to be riding that thing. Really, 25 you might be. But when you hit 40, no more Lil. Whatever the name is after that, you had to go with that. Make up a new one. We ain't doing Lil no more. So shout out to Boosie. You figure that out. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody in my chat room for watching. Everybody that's watching me live right now, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. I want to thank each and every one of you, and especially you. God, I want to bless you. I want to thank you. I want to bless everybody for watching me. And I want to thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Once again, I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, Memphis, New Orleans, or Houston, Texas, where my man nephew Tommy, a.k.a. Thomas Miles is. Probably got to go to bed because he got to get up in the morning and be on the radio. Kind of like me, but I come a little bit after him. Out on the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. Please subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Had the Isley Brothers on about a week and a half ago. And I've had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Lettucey, my man Roy Chip Anthony, my man Marcus Allen, rapper Shice DiBiase. I've had so many new artists, I can't even remember. I had R&B legends like my man Larry D, formerly singer of the Barcades. Larry D, as I call him, Larry Dotson. Had the Barcades on, my man James Alexander, Lenny Williams. I've had Senator Cory Booker. Just go back and binge watch. You can see for yourself. All right, the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday or tomorrow. If you're watching me live tomorrow or Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe, share, like, binge watch all my back episodes. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist of the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram. He's the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. On Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KELBE, CUTTINUP. Allie Jones, she is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Fashion designer, fashion design major, supermodel at Columbia College Chicago, my alma mater. Shout out to the Columbia College Chicago Cougars. Stand up! She is on Instagram. It is L like Lexi, X like extra, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash below. LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscore. And shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, Miglio Di Mario Uomo. MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. I will see you tomorrow or later today, depending on whenever you're watching the show. I will see you Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. God bless you so much. And as always, I leave you with these words. As always, be blessed. Pray for peace. And I want to thank America, all the voters that voted to save democracy. But the work is just beginning. Oh, you know I'm going to be talking about that on the regular. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.